Hello, thanks for being in a new video. This time I have with me the Amazon soundbar, which curiously is called FireTV Soundbar, although it does not have a Fire TV. So the name seems very strange to me, but as of now I advance you that I really liked it. Let's get started. This soundbar has an advertised price for Mexico of 2,640 pesos. On the screen you see the reference price in dollars to give you an idea. But remember that the prices here are not the same as over there. It is a soundbar that seeks to be the perfect complement to your Fire TV, because remember that Amazon already distributes its TVs. In case you don't know them, I also have the review available so you can see what options Amazon TVs bring. However, it doesn't mean that this soundbar will work exclusively with those TVs, because you can perfectly connect it to any other screen with its different ports that I will tell you about in a moment. But let's start by talking about the design. It is a considerably attractive soundbar, although in this case it only comes in black or dark gray, however you want to name it. What I like is that it is quite compact, having a length of 61 centimeters and 6.4 centimeters in height. So it's not going to use too much space on your table, although you should also know that not only can you place it on your table, but it also has holes in the back and all the necessary accessories to be able to mount it on the wall. So it adapts perfectly to any style of TV, whether you have it on the table or mounted on the wall. On the back side, we will find quite hidden the necessary ports to start the power supply. And on the other side of this hole, we also have an HDMI port, which will be the main port through which you can connect very easily to your TV. Also included in the box is an HDMI cable that you should connect to the ARC connector of your TV if it has one, so that you will be able to use various functions of the soundbar from the control of your TV. However, if your TV does not have this type of special HDMI connection, there is no problem. You can also connect it to another simple HDMI port to transfer the audio. And even if your TV doesn't have HDMI connectors or you feel it won't work for you, this bar also has an optical audio input for you to connect to your TV's optical audio output. Only the cable is not included in the box. This soundbar also has a USB-A port, so you can connect some memory with your song library and you can play it as well. So in that sense, the experience sounds very interesting. In fact, on the top it has the buttons, and you probably already noticed there that it has Bluetooth, so you can also quickly connect to your cell phone to send all the music you want. The Bluetooth button on the bar will allow you to connect initially, and it also has a button so that you can easily change the type of input. And something I like is that through voice it tells you which input you have selected. So, it tells you HDMI. The problem here is that all these voice alerts are in English. I think it would be much better if it said them in Spanish for the bar in Mexico, and that these alerts were given in English for the bars sold in the United States or in other regions. So, it's just a small detail, just so you know. On the top it also has volume controls, but you should know that this bar also includes a remote control. It's a relatively small control. In fact, it's smaller than the vast majority of TV remote controls, so you can easily get to distinguish it. It uses two AAA batteries that are also included in the box, and this is going to allow you to turn on the soundbar. You can also quickly access the Bluetooth, and it has the playback controls for those moments when you're playing Bluetooth content. It also has volume control buttons and a button to control the surround sound, since it's a Dolby Atmos enabled bar, so you can choose whether you want a sound, say, central or a more extended sound. The truth is that the difference is very noticeable, so it is best to always use the surround sound to have a better experience when watching a movie or even when listening to music. In this control, we also have the same button that was present on the bar to change the audio input. And there are also two additional buttons to adjust the equalization, although it is not such an advanced equalizer as it only offers a few presets. So there is the movie preset, the music preset, and the dialogue preset. And in this case, again, through voice it will indicate you when you are changing the preset, although again these indications are in English. And finally we have a button to adjust the bass frequencies, so you have 3 different levels of adjustment. You as the user can choose how loud you want these bass frequencies to be. And just to let you know, the soundbar has 3 LED indicators on the front. By default, these indicators will be off and will only come on when you try to change the volume or also when you adjust the bass. So, The experience looks really good, but I should point out that it is not a soundbar that has Alexa integrated. In that sense, it definitely gives us a very strange experience because being an Amazon product, one would expect it to come with all the Alexa features as well. If you want a soundbar with Alexa, maybe you should look for the Sonos bars that bring this integration, although they are more expensive. Then we don't have any kind of voice command or anything like that. And remember that we are talking exclusively about a soundbar, even though it carries the FireTV name. Now let me tell you a little bit about the sound quality that this bar is capable of delivering. To begin with, let me describe the volume, which is definitely very high if you are going to use it to listen to music. Although when you reach the maximum volume, you will notice that the bass frequencies are no longer perceived very well, since the treble and mid frequencies are the ones that rise with greater intensity at this level. But it should be made clear that at the maximum level, it is a very loud sound that even surprises me how loud this bar sounds for the size it has. The bar has several volume levels, although in general it is divided into 3 levels that are expressed through the LEDs that I mentioned a moment ago. So I've noticed that when you're listening to music and you go to level 3 on the LEDs, that's when it starts to get louder and when you start to lose more of the low frequencies. But from the top of level 2, you will hear a very good sound, well-balanced bass frequencies that are present. And that is what surprised me the most for the size of the bar. Let's listen to a small music sample just to give you an idea, although remember that it's not the same as listening to it live.
Music.
With respect to movies or series, definitely the experience is too good, because in these cases I think you will increase the volume to the maximum, especially in those scenes when the dialogues are very soft and you want to hear louder. Definitely the maximum volume is ideal. Just be careful when the scene changes to an action scene, because surely the roar will be very loud. For this case, the ideal is to adjust the equalizer to movie or dialogue. Although honestly, the dialogue EQ preset seems to me to have the mid frequencies too high and it bothers me, so I would only recommend using the movie preset or the music preset. But again, the fact of also having surround sound makes the experience when watching a movie very good. Because of the size of the bar is not recommended for use on screens too large, but honestly that even on my screen, which is about 87 inches, this soundbar, I really liked how it projects the sound of movies. But again, let's listen to a small test, although remember that it is not the same to hear it live.
No sé cómo, porque es enorme. Bueno, la cantidad también es grande.
Creo que iré a revisar la lasaña vegana.
Pero si fuera algo importante, llamaría a alguien. Neta, no quiero hablar con Fury. ¿Por qué?
Hablar con él y no quiero hablar
¿Por
con
qué
él.
no quieres hablar con él?
No mates a la...
Intenta encontrarme a David.
In conclusion, it is a bar that has a very good sound for the price. I think the sound quality comes to highlight. Although also for the price I would expect if it had integrated Alexa, but it does not. For the moment, this has been all for this video. If you liked it, you know you can indicate it, and we'll see you next time.